there in 9 days and he comes home this afternoon, and I was just kind of making myself crazy waiting, and I thought instead I will make good use of my time. I'm gonna film this video and then I'm gonna go to the grocery store. Whenever he travels, he eats a lot of fast food, and when he goes to California, he eats a lot of fast food and donuts. So I think I'm gonna do something healthy-ish for dinner and then make his favorite dessert, which is the apple caramel trifle. I showed myself making that, I think, in one of my Plan With Me videos. It's very easy, but it is time consuming, so I think that will be a good use of my time. But before I do that, I have a lot of great September favorites, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and start out with nail polish. A couple of you guys already know what I'm gonna say because you've been looking in my description box for the past couple months, but I have a new nail polish favorite, and they are the Essie Gel Coutures. Fantastic. My friend Sarah told me about them, and since I purchased them, I haven't used another nail polish brand, which is crazy. Now these are up there with my favorites, Nails Inc, Smith & Colt, so let me tell you why I like them so much. The bottle is really cool. It's like somebody took the regular Essie nail polish bottle and twisted it. Love that. And then I've never been the biggest fan of the original Essie brush. It's just really small. And for these Gel Coutures, they've made the brush a little bit bigger. It's not huge, but it's significantly bigger than it was before, and I think it gives me a lot of control. And then the best thing about this is the formula. These wear for forever. I think out of the ones I have, the one with the best formula is number 60 Pinned Up. This is a rosy nude. I had this on my nails for 2 weeks and it didn't have a single chip, which is incredible. And even though I had no chip, it wasn't looking great towards the end because it had grown. My nails had grown so much, there was a lot of bare nail. But to find a nail polish that lasted that long, if I can find a nail polish that lasts a week, I'm really impressed. So I really like Pinned Up. And then the one I have on right now is probably my favorite for my nails. It's number 70, Take Me to Thread. And right now I've had this on for an entire week, I think a week and a day, and it's still looking really good. And then for my toes, this one is gorgeous. It's number 350, Gallivanting. Gallivanting? Yeah, sorry, very small writing, but this is beautiful on my toes, and I was actually wearing this on my nails in my last video. So what you're supposed to do is apply no base coat, which is great, so it's just one less step, and then I do 2 coats of the color and then top it off with the top coat. And I've never used these without the top coat, so I can't speak to how they work with others, but these two together, it's incredible. And the top coat I've had, I guess probably it's been 2 months now, and so far so good. It hasn't gotten gloopy, and I think it makes my nails look really shiny. So I'm so happy with these and highly recommend them. Another thing I kind of hinted at earlier this month was that I had a new favorite face mask. This is from Paulas Choice, and it's the Radiance Renewal Mask. They sent this to me before it launched, so I've been testing it for a while and I already have a backup, so that tells you that it's a favorite. But let me tell you the thing I like best about it and like least about it. My favorite thing is the texture. It is lovely. It's very silky. It's almost like a gel, but this is an overnight mask, so you're supposed to put on a generous layer and then let it sit overnight, but it's kind of sticky. So I am a side sleeper, so like half of my face is always smushed into my pillow, and I don't like the feeling of stickiness. So the nights that I use this, which I've been using it about 3 times a week, I try to do my skincare routine a little bit earlier in the evening so that it has time to sink in a little bit and it's less sticky. But I love this. One of my biggest skincare concerns is even skin tone. And in the Paulas Choice line, there's already one for dry skin, if you need a little hydration. There's one for oily skin if you're trying to clear out your pores. I have both of those and I love it. And I think this one is a great addition. It's for all skin types, and the real main purpose of this is radiance, just brightening up your skin tone. When I first got it, I was looking up the ingredients and I recognized them. Of course, Paulas Choice always puts really highly researched ingredients into their products, and there was one I didn't recognize, and I think it was arbutin maybe, so I googled it, and it's extracted from the bearberry, like teddy bear berry plant, which I had never heard of before. And it's great for brightening, but it's especially great for people with acne prone skin, because you know, if you get a blemish and then it goes away and you're left with that red mark, that happens to me all the time, the bearberry, the arbutin extracted from the bearberry is really good, and I have seen a difference since I started using this. And I've also been doing some new things in my skincare routine. I've actually been using a laser underneath my eye, like one of the at-home ones, and it leaves my skin a little bit red, but the nights that I use this, when I wake up, I just feel like I've done something really great, and I just love the luminosity. And Another huge reason that I like this so much is that I've had to use less foundation this month because I feel like my skin's more even when I wake up. I don't need a heavy mask of foundation. I can just do a light little powder or powder foundation or just a BB cream and I'm good to go. So like I mentioned, that's a new product in the Paulas Choice lineup. But my other favorite is actually something that's been around for quite a while, and I was watching a live stream with Desiree and Paula herself. Somebody asked Paula what her favorite products were from her own line. She listed some things I had tried before, some things I had never tried, so I placed a little order. And my favorite thing from that order is the Paulas Choice Lip and Body Treatment Balm. This is so great if you're trying to streamline what you carry with you throughout the day because it's a multi-purpose product. It's awesome on cuticles if you have any, dry patches on your hands or your elbows, and I love it as a lip balm. It's great for overnight, but it's also good underneath liquid lipsticks. I love the look of going glowy all over my face, on my eyes and cheeks, and then having a matte lip. My lips are so dry that liquid lipsticks just suck all the life out of them. So I put a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of this and really work it into my lips. And it's dry enough that it's not going to cause the liquid lipstick to break up or move around, but it adds that little bit of hydration. Another huge favorite from the month of September are lash primers. I have two. The first one I purchased is the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, and I bought this after seeing Gemma Jerica, or Don't Call Me Jessie, talk about this, and this plus the Benefit Roller Lash, I think is probably the closest I can get to false lashes. This gives so much drama, and what I like is that some lash primers I've tried in the past, they can almost make mascara go a little bit gray, but I don't have that issue. So if you want a drugstore option, I think this one is awesome. And then I also purchased the Honest Beauty Mascara. I believe this has been reformulated, and this is the new formula, and it's double-sided. So on one side, you have the lash primer. It's a lot drier than the L'Oreal, and it offers less volume, more length. And the mascara on this is really nice as well. It gives a very lengthened, clean lash look, which I think is perfect for work. And if you missed it, I used this and demoed it in my work makeup video that I uploaded this month. So I'll put that up in a card and link it down below. I believe I mentioned to you guys that I've been testing out a lot of concealers, and one morning, put one on, didn't think much of it, went throughout the day, and then in the evening I was going over to a friend's house. So I checked my makeup in the mirror in my car and I was horrified. My concealer had just settled into every fine line. It had creased all over and I just didn't know what to do. So I ran into, I think it was a CVS, and I found a setting powder from Physicians Formula, but I realized I needed some kind of small fluffy brush to apply the powder underneath my eyes. So there was an E.L.F. station, and I purchased the E.L.F. Flawless Concealer Brush. It worked really great. I used it with the Physicians Formula powder in the car and kind of made the best of a bad situation. And then I just kept using it and I realized how much I liked it. So I went back and I purchased a second. So I have one to actually buff out the liquid or cream concealer, and then I keep one that's just for powder, and I use this with my RMS setting powder. These are so good. I think my absolute favorite concealer brush is the one from Zoeva. I think it's called the Face Shape brush, but this one is really, really nice. And I think it's $3, so you can't beat it. And it's made me want to try more E.L.F. brushes. Actually, the Target next to my office is one of those super Targets. It's amazing. The E.L.F. area there is huge, and it's kind of made me, now the one by my house, the Target, is just like a regular Target, and it spoiled me. I don't even like to go to the one by my house anymore. But if you have any favorite E.L.F. brushes, let me know because I would like to try some more. This next product is never really not a favorite. It's one of those things that always sits on my vanity. I just felt like I was reaching for it more often in September. And I think a big reason was that Paulas Choice mask. When I was waking up, my skin was looking a little bit more even than normal. I didn't feel the need to grab for a liquid foundation. So what I did instead was use the Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation. I have this in shade Fair and I've used this for quite a while. It's just lovely, just a lovely product. So what I did today is conceal underneath my eyes, around my nose, and set any concealer with the RMS Unpowder. Then I took a fluffy brush and just tapped this all over. It's a nice amount of coverage, not too much, not too little, perfect for work or for just running around. And I also think that bronzer, contour, highlight, and blush just apply really nicely over top of this. And I think I mentioned this in my work video, But this is a powdered foundation that I think looks nice as soon as you apply it, but it almost gets better. Like the longer it wears on your skin, it just kind of melds in and it looks really natural. Okay, let's get into some colored cosmetics. The first thing I have is a lip liner from Jane Iredale, and I have been a fan of the Spice lip liner for a long time. Actually, like my pencil is getting down to just a little nub, so I'm gonna have to repurchase that soon. But this month I started wearing Terra-Cotta. I actually saw Melissa from Citrine Natural Beauty Bar. I think it was on Instagram. She has the best taste in lip products, and she always has really cool lip combinations. And as soon as I saw this on her, I ordered it for myself. The color, let me see how I can describe this other than saying it is a terracotta. It's a deep neutral shade, but it does have that warmth that you would think of with terracotta. So I have it on today. I applied it and really defined my lip line, and then I used the Anastasia Beverly Hill Allison liquid lipstick on top of it. I think it's a beautiful combination. And then for eyeshadow, I have a product from Teri Miyahira. Now Teri Miyahira makes YouTube videos, and she was one of the first ever all natural green YouTubers I watched in her videos. If you like really in-depth, she just goes into everything. I mean, some of her brush videos, when she does reviews, I'm like, I would never even think to say that, but they're really helpful. So her videos are fantastic, and she makes products now, and they're all natural, and she sells them kind of differently. She sells them through subscription boxes, but the makeup items are full size, and I've actually suspended all of my subscription boxes except that one. I just felt a little bit overwhelmed. Sometimes that happens to me with samples. You only have so much face to cover with samples, so sometimes I let them pile up. But Teri's boxes, I'm always really excited. And the product I used a lot this month is her powdered eyeshadow in the shade Strength. It's pressed, so if you prefer your natural eyeshadows to be pressed, this is a beautiful one, and I'll do a little swatch for you. So it's a beautiful taupe with a little hint of purple, and I am wearing this in my outside corner and buffed into my crease. And then something I think Teri did for the first time this month, which I thought was really awesome, she released her first brush. This is so, I mean, first of all, it's just pretty. I love the white handle and the rose gold ferrule. The white bristles, I was a little bit nervous about at first, and I just worried that they weren't gonna clean up, but they wash up beautifully. I used the Benjabel Solid Brush Cleaner and had no issue. This brush is good for a lot of different things. I found myself using it mostly for bronzer, and I thought this was just a one-off item, but let me show you what came in this month's box. More brushes. So now I have a beautiful collection. These four are technically not favorites because I've only used them a couple times, but just wanted to show you everything because I think they're really pretty. Sorry, I thought maybe Joe was coming home. False alarm, back to my video. That is all for my beauty favorites. But if you want to know my non-beauty favorites, I really love my laptop case and my car diffuser. And I talked about those in detail in my last video, which was my work essentials. And honestly, that could be another favorite. I had so much fun putting that video together, filming it, and the comments on that video have been so fun to read. I love knowing what everybody does for a living and seeing what products you all think are important and that you like to keep with you throughout the day. So that video I'll put on an end card at the end of this one if you want to check it out, but that is everything I have for you today. I think my next video is going to be a plan with me video, and then I really want to do the $10 and under tag. I wanted to do it right when I think it was Tati created it, but I realized that a lot of my drugstore favorites are from Physicians Formula, which not a lot of Physicians Formula products are under $10, which stinks. So I've had to test some things out from the drugstore. I ordered a couple of natural products from a budget-friendly line, but if you have anything you think I should check out, leave it in a comment down below. That is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back on Wednesday with a new video.